Ghost. Ghost. Am I scaring you? That's okay. Let's talk about... That's right, I'm back, bitches. Let's talk about Halloween cards! I'm mainly gonna talk about the horrible Halloween cards and how to work with them. So the main focus, horrible Halloween cards. Count Dracula is gonna give your horrible Halloween cards in hand 40 power this turn. And if it's played on the horrible Halloween arena as well, which I know there's a chance that it might not be, they would get an extra 40 power. So even if it's not played on the right arena, and you're built around horrible Halloween cards, he's gonna be amazing. Other cards I recommend having if you're gonna have Count Dracula is the Siberian Musk Deer. He's gonna give Dracula 50 extra power and make him 2 energy cheaper to play. Also good to have Bran Castle. If you play it at the same time as Dracula, Dracula's gonna get 65 extra power that turn. Considering Dracula starts at 0, both of those cards are very good to him. Frankenstein's Monster. He's a weird one, but very effective when played with Bride of Frankenstein and Thunderstorms. Bride of Frankenstein's gonna add 45 power to the mix, which is great. And Thunderstorms is not only gonna give you 1 extra energy permanently, but he gives Frankenstein 70 power. Now I get the combo's probably not gonna give you like a huge advantage on the turn, and I know that together they cost, 14 energy, but if for some reason they're a little bit cheaper, or you're feeling wild and crazy, give it a shot. Zombies is good because if you play it on the first turn of a round, you get 25 power for free for the rest of the round. Mummy's good in this case because since all of your horrible Halloween cards are arts and culture cards, when he's returned, all of your Halloween cards are gonna get an extra 11 power until play. Which is also really good when you're building a deck around horrible Halloween cards, because when she returns, all those Halloween cards cost 1 energy cheaper to play. Werewolf, especially if you also have the moon in your deck, is a great card. If you're winning the round, he gains 40 extra power permanently, and if you're losing the round, he costs 3 energy cheaper permanently. On top of that, the moon is gonna make him cost 3 energy cheaper no matter what until played. So just because you have the moon in your deck, the first time that you see that werewolf card, he's either gonna do 48 damage for 1 energy, or 88 damage for 4 energy. Ghosts. I've been hearing non-stop that people think Ghosts is one of like the best cards in the game. When it returns to the deck, you gain 1 extra energy permanently, and if you lost the turn, you gain another energy permanently. One of the reasons I've been hearing a lot of people say it's such a good card is because it's essentially what the sun does, but way cheaper. There are a couple of cards that are also good to have in your deck just because Ghost is in your deck. Kachibi, just because Ghost is in your deck, is gonna burn a random card in your opponent's hand 20 until it's played. And Ouija board's also good. You can play with the alphabet if you want, but just focusing on Ghost, it's gonna make Ghost 3 energy cheaper to play until played, which would mean that Ghost would be free. Jack-o'-lantern. I love cards that burn your opponent's cards. That's my thing. I like Phoenix, I like Raphael. That's my thing. Just from drawing it, it's gonna burn your opponent's hand 15 for 2 turns, and then when it's returned from being played, it's gonna burn the remainder of their hand 20 for the rest of the round. Clown, I'm not personally sold on, but I do think that it has a time and place somewhere, so I'd feel remiss if I didn't mention it. When you play it, the cards in your hand get 20 power this turn, but if you won the turn when it returns, the remainder of your cards in hand lose 10 power until play. I mean, sure, maybe you play 3 cards and only 2 of your cards lose 10 energy, and you can afford it, but I personally don't like playing cards that affect my hand that way, so that's just a personal take on how I would play. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde are gonna do the exact same thing. Once one's played, they give the other one 35 power until played, and then it swaps back and forth. One of them does have to be played for this to start affecting the other one, so don't think it's like an Odin, Frigga, Sleipnir thing where it's like because they were played at the same time, they both get 35 power. No. One of them needs to be played first, preferably Mr. Hyde because he's a little bit cheaper, then the bonus starts kicking in back and forth. Scarecrow's fine. It makes your bird cards 1 energy cheaper to play, and then it makes the cards adjacent to it, when played, gain 10 power that turn. Specifically, if you're throwing Scarecrow into a deck like this, the type of bird that I would recommend is the Butcher Bird. And that's solely based on once it returns to your deck, all of your horrible Halloween cards are gonna gain 9 energy until played again. It's not the strongest combo, but it's still a combo worth knowing. Poltergeist. I like Poltergeist. It's chaotic, and I love chaos. When you draw it, 4 cards at random from anybody's hand are gonna gain 22 power until played, and 4 cards, again from anybody's hand, are gonna lose 22 power until played. That means, yes, it's technically possible that 4 of your cards are gonna gain 22 power, and 4 of their cards are gonna lose 22 power. It's also possible the opposite happens. The Invisible Man, I think, is a really good card. Now, it's not as good as the Set of All Sets, which gives itself and some other card power permanently. This card does give power, it's just until played, but it's plus 10 power until played, and it's a random card every single turn. The downside of this card is, yes, it might sit in your hand for a really long time, if not the whole game, but it is really nice to just get 10 power randomly on any card out of nowhere. I mean, it could benefit anybody. As of recording this video, Q Cards has also released 2 new Horrible Halloween cards that I think are also pretty good to keep in mind. Spring Heel Jack's pretty nice. If you play him on the first turn of a round, the rest of your hand gets 14 power that turn. Phantom of the Opera is also pretty cool. He's specific, but he's pretty cool. Only 2 cards can be played, and they have to be adjacent to each other, but if that happens, the rest of your Horrible Halloween cards get plus 18 power until played. Some other Halloween style cards that aren't specifically Horrible Halloween cards that I think are worth looking at. Candy Corn's pretty nice. It has 2 return effects. If you won the round, you gain 10 power for 3 turns. If you lost the round, you lose 5 power for 3 turns. And no matter what happens, your Horrible Halloween cards gain 9 power until played. Rup Kund, or however you say it, is also pretty nice. When you play it, your Horrible Halloween cards also gain 25 power that turn. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn is also worth knowing. That card's a mouthful. Your Horrible Halloween cards, wherever they are gonna gain 20 power until played. Vlad the Impaler, I think, is absolutely worth having in your Horrible Halloween deck. If your deck has 4 or more Horrible Halloween cards in it, which it will, he takes away 80 power from the card across from him, as long as that card has a base power of 25 or higher. But beyond those specifics, when he returns, the rest of your Horrible Halloween cards gain 13 power until played. So he alone is probably going to make one of your opponent's cards significantly weaker or completely void, and then he's also going to help your Horrible Halloween cards. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to stop it there. That being said, did you like the Horrible Halloween card idea? Did you have a better suggestion of a spooky card that I left out? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you have any other suggestions for deck builds? I know I was thinking about like a Pokemon theme, or that's it. I know I have others, but that's the one that matters to me right now. Let me know in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys want to see. Did I scare you in the beginning? No? Wow, you answered that fast. That's okay, it doesn't hurt my feelings that much. That all being said, I love you all so much. Go check out the Discord, talk to everybody, talk to me. Leave some comments and suggestions in the comments down below for new video ideas, or deck ideas, or cards that you just love and hate. And that being said, that being all said, I said, is what I said. I'll see you in the next video. I'm a ghost. And cut.